back to Life is Lola. How are you today? I hope you are fine. I hope you're doing good. You guys, I am a bit tired. I just woke up, but I just had to quickly record this video before there'll be no power supply. But anyways, today's going to be a very interesting video, hopefully, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So moving on from now, I have decided that since my video Life is Lola, I'm going to be as not as open, but I can use the word open, but to the level at which I want to be open to, of course. But I want to be as real with you guys as possible, because it's going to be life with me, and life will not always be put together sometimes. So I'm just here to just talk about something more inside than outside. You know what I mean? So today we're going to be talking about more episodes like this. We're going to be talking about character shifts or changes that I have seen in myself. So it's going to be like on today's vlog, today's video we're talking about character. This is like character shift episode 1, take 1. On today's episode of character change or character shift, I'm someone that used to like things to be good a certain way. If I go that way, I'm going to probably be very upset. But then I noticed a change in me recently, guys. Yes, a change in me, and it was such that normally, if I have things planned out and it don't go that way, or something happens suddenly and spoils my entire plan, I'll probably be so sad. I'll be a little upset, and I'll probably it's probably going to spoil my entire day. So basically, I was recording a video for YouTube, and I connected all my gadgets together, and I think one of the gadgets pulled on the other. Like my softbox pulled on my laptop pulled on, or my camera pulled to my laptop, because the camera was connected to my laptop at that time and my viewfinder. And what happened? Everything just pulled on each other, and my laptop fell down, and the cover just ripped off. Yeah, the hinge had issues with so much flexibility earlier on, but there was something I could just detach from the entire keypad or keyboard. I was in shock, guys, but I just said thank God my laptop is still working. I put it back together. I have to fix it, yes, and I haven't fixed it yet because I'm still to go to see repair. But I'm like, thank God my laptop is still working. Thank God my softboxes are intact. Thank God it wasn't my camera that fell instead, and I was able to find joy or gratitude through the experience. The other one was I was meant to organize something for a family member, and I wanted that thing to come out really nice. And I was meant to hit a particular vendor, but then she cancelled because it was a time frame something, and eventually I was so sad. And I was calmer than I thought I would normally be. I was calm, and I spoke to a friend. Okay, she said, okay, you can do this and do that. It's going to come out okay, and it came out well. So yeah, I've noticed that I'm calmer now, and I'm less anxious now as compared to before. So that's the character shift. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that most people shy away from, or we shy away from generally, and basically insecurities. Yes, and how you can make them securities-ish, and how you can be your fair advantage. Insecurities are basically things that you are not too happy about, a trait that you are not proud of, or a body attribute you are not proud of, or physical attribute that you are not proud of, and try to high physically. And another advantage is that thing that makes you unique, that works for you, or that unique thing about you that works for you basically. So how you can switch from having that insecurity and making it into your unfair advantage basically. So I really hope that you do enjoy this video. So let's jump right into it. I might be saying a lot of in this video. I'm not sure. I might not, just because this is me being overall and me just telling you guys what I'm actually, sometimes what I've struggled with, or I'm just struggling with basically. So the one that the insecurity I struggled with for the longest time is basically that I have stood my side. So for those that do not know, I am short-sighted, which means I cannot see things from afar, and my eyes are not always aligned sometimes. So it's something that people call medicine call, or something medically diagnosed as exotropia. So yeah, that's what I have. And for someone that is short-sighted, it means that you need aid of something to see. So either contacts or glasses. And for me, I was diagnosed when I was 10 years. I think I was in primary 6 then. I think that's in elementary school. I'm not sure, but yeah, primary 6, and I was diagnosed at the age of 10 or 9, one of the two. And I have worn my glasses for a really long time, for over 10 years now. And as a small child, and as a young child, I can't say child, yes, learned to see through. It just became, my glasses became part of me, and basically I just felt like I was incomplete or less beautiful without it. I felt like they made me more beautiful. They helped enhance my physical attributes, and without them, I was less of myself. And so I had that struggle for the longest time. And so for every gathering, I would go with my glasses, not just because it was aiding me to see, but as well for the because there are times where I could have managed to just go somewhere without having to use them, and I still have been able to see pretty okay. But then this time it was just because I had to go there, because without them I felt less of myself. I felt insecure basically. And so I had to learn to do without them. And it wasn't until last year until I realized that okay, with or without my glasses, my eyes are beautiful. And that's when I learned to appreciate who I was and what my eyes are. Now the verse that really helped me was Psalm 135, 139 verse 13 to 14. That says that I wonderfully and fearfully made you, knitted right from your mother's womb. He took time to make you, to every detail he knows about. And I'm like, now he knows about my eyes. He knows that I presently have, he knows every single thing, and I should still not allow this, I should not still allow this insecurity affect my self-esteem basically. And it wasn't until after that I decided to work on that and break that chain and learn to do without them every time. So I started with, the person I started with you guys was, of course, I started from changing from frames to contacts. So contacts will help me do with them, because of course I still had to see. So even when I was getting contacts, I still got color contacts to show how extra. I just felt like something needed to be extra, something needed to be added to make me more beautiful, or to make me that person I wanted to be. But then moving on from now, I'll probably even get clear contacts and not color contacts, and I don't even use them as often again, because wearing and removing them can be a drag. So now you guys are watching me presently with my eyes, without my glasses or without my contacts, and they are beautiful. You can't tell me anything. I'm sure you think that they are beautiful. And I went past that phase. Now moving on to another segment, which is the alignment of my eyes. That one was like a totally different struggle. I still struggle with it till now, but I'm way better now. Alignment is basically my eyes don't always move the same way every single time. Sometimes they don't move. Sometimes they move in different. Anyways. So I remember I would always check myself in the camera or in the mirror and be like, why can't my eyes be like others? Why is it not always aligned every single time? And I'll cry and cry. And it was not until last year as well when I realized that you guys, like, I don't know how to explain it. I just found who I was in Christ basically, and I learned that nothing should ever make me beat myself down, or nothing should ever make me feel less of myself. And I'm over that, or I'm gradually getting over it, and yeah, I'm out of that phase. And yeah, it's not an insecurity again. Now, how is it a security? I want to know, because now, let me give an instance. At the moment now, I'm probably talking to my camera, and if I had my contact on, I notice that I'm usually more conscious and more shy on cameras when I do not have my contact on. Why? Because I cannot even see my cameras as far as I cannot even see the lens really well. So I am just talking naturally, because I don't think anybody is looking at me, or I don't feel like you guys are going to be watching me. I don't know if you understand me. The point here is I'm usually less conscious and less shy on camera when I do not have my glasses on, so that I wore my contact on with just my eyeballs alone. So that is insecurity basically. And the number two thing I had issues with, I was insecure about, was my body image. I think most ladies struggle with it. Mine was, I was so conscious about how I spoke sometimes, how I looked, how short I was, how I did not have butt sometimes. And mine was, I did not like how I had so much bust. And it was funny because in secondary school I always lay out my underwear, I would always dress a certain way, I would always walk a certain way so that nobody would see how big my busts are. Now I'm thinking about it, why I have so much rave about bust. I'm not saying that should be your, of course, you know, but then it's something that was something that I did not have to shy away from, or I didn't have to be insecure about. And it didn't take me until when I got to uni some years after I realized that okay, bust or not, it was something that I did not even have to worry about. But then there was that as a point or as a what's the word, as a thing for me to be sad about. But then I didn't have to be insecure about it, and I just learned to dress or wear clothes that was unique, and my body was particularly made for me. And the thing that most people comment myself that I like it, I'm small and petite basically, and sometimes I do not my age, or my structure does not look like I am, how does not look, it does not tell my age basically, because I am small. So I'm very portable, and I just felt, so long as I struggled with this portable, I just felt like I was too small, or I was too short, or I needed to be bigger, I need to have more bottom, or I need to have more hips. It's different. No, I'm thinking about it now. I should have all these attributes a long time ago, and I should never be insecure about it. And yeah, so that's not. Now I love my body type. For up I am, I dress to flatter my body type. I dress to look good every time when I of course have to go to anything else. I don't probably put in effort, but my point is I love how I look, and yeah, it's not an insecurity. The number 3 thing was how I spoke. I don't know, people would say why would you how you speak be a problem, but I think it's helping to I speak assertively. To me, I speak with my tongue. It might not be a thing. There might be classifications for it actually, but I don't know. I checked for my type of foundation type. I did not find this. But to me, I think I have this thing that you can hear me speak more in my tongue-ish. And so I've struggled with that growing up as well. But I'm like, nah, people don't speak. Once I did something that did not go with what others were doing, I had to struggle with it. And why? That's not the thing that makes me unique and different from others now. So I think that the way I talk is what makes people love the way I talk now. Not that even if they did it matters, but my insecurity is something that most people are attracted to in me basically. And I remember people comment and say, I like how you speak. I still thought of they're just trying to whine me, they probably do not like it, they're just trying to make me feel better. But then they actually did, and I just did not see that. It was not recently when I started a YouTube channel and I'll hear myself talk. I was saying previous notes, I'll hear myself talk. I'm like, nah, Jane, your voice is actually nice and cute. And so it's not a problem again. Maybe because if I remember my cities when I was growing up a lot about how I spoke, as it was a thing for me, but now it should never have been a thing, to be honest, how I spoke. So that's not an insecurity again. See, my point is, I feel like this also when I said to say, okay, I am going to actually take my work with God seriously, and I'm going to work on certain areas of my life and be the best version of myself, and nothing should hold me down or tie me down. Nothing within me should tie me down. And I started realizing that. So I had these things that were making me want to hide myself and not do things I always wanted to do. So yeah, I dealt with that, and that was out the window. Now the third thing I had, or the fourth thing, was basically my mental capability, or my intellectual side, how I was intellectually. You know, and someone such as growing up, I just felt like my entire identity was on my intellect, or how well I did in school, or how well I did basically overall. I had to be smart, I had to be on my top game. And at the point I was not always on my top game. I had struggles, I had to learn to balance, I had to learn to restrategize, I had to learn to find a new different reading method, I had to learn to find a way to adapt better. And it was a struggle for me because I found my identity that I felt like I was not good enough, and it was a cycle. I cannot explain. I don't want to go back there because now I'm not there again. So someone that's presently there. My point is, I felt like when I did not do as well as I wanted to do, I'll fail with myself. I'll beat myself down, and then I'll not do way lesser, and then I'll beat myself down. There was no way out of that. There was something I realized that no, you cannot find who you are in your intellect. It should be more. It should be something bigger. Which for me, I choose God, obviously, because it's through Him I can see who I am. I always tell him to let me see who I am through his eyes, because that's the best lens you can see yourself through. So basically, my intellect, or yes, I want to always do my best, I want to always be excellent at things, but then when I'm excellent at them, it does not mean that I should not beat myself down. It does not mean that I should not feel like I am less of myself. It does not mean that I should not always want to hide myself. So basically, I dealt with that, and I'm out of that phase now. When I do really well, I appreciate myself, I celebrate myself. When I don't do as well, I find ways to do better, but I don't beat myself down basically. Now the fifth thing I had issues with is, or I was insecure about, was how people saw me. I do not know why, but yeah, at the point I probably was a people pleaser. I think most people are, and how people view you should not matter, because when you start being particular about how people see you, you are limiting yourself, because you tend to do things to please people. You tend to do things just for people to celebrate you and like you, and so you're bending yourself. You are not showing who you are. You're not unique. You're not spreading your wings basically. My point here is how people see you should not matter. If you have that friend or that person around you that wants you to always do things to please him or wants you to always bend yourself to please who the person is, or for the person to like you, now drop those friends. I had to drop a lot of friends. I had to let go of a lot of friends because I felt like they wanted me to bend to their chain, or they wanted me to bend to who they thought I was. Do you understand? And so the more I realized who I was, which was, it was beautiful, because the more I realized who I was and how unique I am, how good a person, I actually have a genuine heart. It's the more I like to let go of friends that were not, whose values or character or traits were not aligning with mine, basically. Now, the more you know who you are, basically, guys, the more you are drawing a niche for yourself, the more you are having friends, the more you know what friends will have the same value traits as you. But once you don't know who you are, you tend to have everybody around you, everybody's your friend, because you don't even know where your stand is. But once you know where your stand is, you now tend to have selected amounts of friends, selected things you listen to, selected things that you do, basically, and you tend to now chase that dream, do what you want to really do without thinking about what other people will do. I wanted to start a YouTube channel for the longest time, but I felt, okay, what will people say? Would they just think that what if the video was not come out nice? And even when I started the channel, my content is based on, oh, what people think about this content. What if it's not all that? I from the quality of the video, of course, which I'm very particular about. I used to have issues with what content to pull up because I didn't want people to see me in a certain way. But now I am out of the office, and so I'll put out content I genuinely would want you guys to see, I want you guys to hear about, basically. So for that young girl out there, or that young lady out there, or the young man, or anybody watching me, don't let your insecurities limit you. Try to work on who you are and what you are, what you stand for, basically. Find out what your identity is in, and try to ensure that you do not allow your insecurities make you hide yourself. Try to do the best version of yourself, and try to chase dreams you always wanted to chase, and just be you. Don't hide yourself, basically. Just be the best version of you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It came from my heart, and I was as vulnerable as I can ever be. And I hope to see my next video. Thank you for watching. Please ensure to ensure that you make your insecurities your securities-ish, and to make it into your unfair advantage. From not being able to see properly, or not being able to do my glasses and contacts. Now I make my videos without my glasses and contacts.